Okay, time now is 1:16 p.m. on February 17th. Um yeah, I slept from about 4:10 a.m. to about 1 p.m. 9 hours. I actually woke up at around 12 at noon. My body isn't used to sleeping too much. But I actually woke up at around 10 a.m. and then I fell back asleep. But yeah, hell yeah, I slept a lot today, so that's great. That's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. And yeah, I don't have anything else to say. Um, um, I'm I'm still kind of tired because I don't know because I feel like one day of sleep is not gonna compensate for so many days of sleep deprivation. But I'm glad I was able to go to bed at 4 a.m. Last night I was gonna watch Okja. I started playing it and I just started falling asleep. I just couldn't. And I realized that for the last 3 days, February 14, 15, 16, I did nothing else. Like, I didn't edit any college update video. I didn't watch any film or TV or anime. I didn't I didn't edit my video essay. I didn't even update my schedule or my diet Google spreadsheet. I didn't do any assignments. I did nothing other than working for my short film and also Pit. Um, yeah. So I gotta just catch up. 3 days gone, 3 days freaking gone. I didn't even realize that. I didn't even realize I did nothing in the last 3 days. Aside from my then doing things for my own short film. So yeah, I gotta catch up. I really gotta catch up. Um, I'm also debating myself whether I should buy Decision to Leave 4K slipcover on eBay, but it's 48 fucking dollars after delivery fee and tax, and I already spent a hefty amount of money buying 3 Blu-rays this month, and we're only halfway through February, or actually 2/3. Um, so I don't know, hmm, I don't know. Um, yeah. What else? Yeah, and then that's pretty much it. Today I need to start editing Remain in Light because I have about 2.5 days to edit this. Um, I'm still processing yesterday. Yesterday was good because I feel like for the first time I really took the psychological and brought it to the camera. Like, I don't know, there's just something so visceral about what I captured on camera. The dancing, the screaming, the slapping, just and the voiceover, and like it's so crazy that I only knew Vivian a month ago, like back in mid-January, and then 1 month later, I feel like this shoot, even though it was just 2 days with Vivian, I feel like I know her way more, and I saw so many sides of her, and I feel like now I know her more so than I know Kaylin. Even though I knew Kaylin from like November last year for Imperfect Us. Um, but yeah, it just goes to show how much the director and the actor has to have like relationship and trust with each other. Yeah, I'm still thinking about the crazy makeup and the dance. Truly the epitome. Truly the epitome of the film. Um, and it's so crazy. Like at the end, she and Claire just went to the Parkside canteen because they're hungry at around 9 p.m. And I was like, "You're just gonna go in like that?" And she's like, "Yeah, I don't care anymore." So yeah, I bet a small part of her thinks, "Yeah, if I walk around in this crazy outfit and look, people are gonna look at me and it's gonna be fun." Because that's also kind of like my attitude when I pretended to be British. Um, when I went to the Asian Film Festival. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope the short film goes well, and it's crazy. This weekend I'll be doing another short film for Justin, the Malaysian guy. Next weekend I'm doing Pit. Mid March, I'm doing Jia Yun's one, and then sometime in March I'm doing Smooth Operator. So I have 4 more short films lined up. And yeah, Your Debt to Me, Remain in Light, plus 4, that's 6 short films. If I work on an MFA or a 310 in April or May, that's 7 short films. Oh, and then the group project, the hotel shoot for 290, that's 8 short films. 8 fucking short films in one semester. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. Today I'm gonna be chilling. I'm gonna have pineapple bun and egg tart and maybe a cup of hot chocolate for breakfast. For lunch, I'll be doing clam chowder soup, curry samosa, salad box. For dinner, it'll be more simple. Um, it'll just be I don't know, pork chop and pasta and salad kit. That's already a lot of calories, but I have so much food in the fridge I need to finish. Yeah. And then tonight I'll be heading over to Christian R's place to build the pit, which is gonna be fun. Uh, yeah, yeah. Cinema forever.
It's so fun. Ooh. Do you think it'll go all the way through? I'm kind of worried it won't.
I hope.
Like this?
Is it pretty resistant?
I think so. I think because the foam is so dense.
God damn it.
Okay, we can keep trying.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh, it's
Okay. Here, but let's bring this.
on the ground.
Just have it like
Oh,
hang out.
like this? So you can
Actually,
go through?
let's see.
I think there might be some.
Here, let's flip it over.
Yeah,
see
we'll
what's
Yeah.
flip it around.
Oh. Just. I feel like we can just. Oh! That's
This
so
is better.
That's so much better. Oh my gosh.
Wait, maybe a bit here. So.
No, I think
Oh my
this
god.
part. Sorry.
My blade.
Sorry.
It's okay. I think it's like snapping off.
I think it's this side.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah. This and this.
Wait, should we flip it?
Okay.
Okay, which side? So this side, right? Oh,
Yeah. Like these.
right here.
These.
Oh,
There we go. Nice.
Oh, 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 oh.
Okay, I think we got it.
It's kind of fun.
Anytime now.
Wait, I want to take a video. Okay,
You ready?
we got.
Wait,
Wait, turn it back on.
wait, okay. Anytime now.
Yay.
Oh!
Okay.
All right,
The pit.
that's a huge step done. Start here. A shot from like their feet, and then it'll just drop on the
Dude,
ground.
they preserved it so well.
No, seriously.
It's
Yeah.
like so perfect. Ah, don't squish it.
Yeah, 3 of them.
Oh my god.
So yeah,
What are we doing for tomorrow?
you have to make a big your macro map. So
I think it's. I don't know.
There is.
Oh,
There's some. Yeah, there's. Oh my
Is
god.
it going in my hair?
It's on your hoodie. I'm
Oh.
trying to take it off.
oh,
Oh,
that was like a big bug.
oh no, no, okay,
Here.
it's still. Oh, whoa, 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 no, 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 don't,
Oh,
don't.
sorry.
Oh
Wait,
my
Can you
god.
flick your hair?
Yeah.
Wait, no, no, just.
Is it just a gnat?
It's like a really tiny, like daddy long legs type of thing.
Oh.
Oh, is it gone?
Hey, we're gonna go all the way across the lawn at this point. Like, I keep.
Yeah, we keep like using new couches and new. Okay, time now is 2:37 a.m. in the morning. I just finished dinner. Fuck me, right? It's the latest fuck. In theory, I should just go to bed now. I should just take a shower and go to bed now, but I'm not. So I'm gonna talk about today. So today, woke up and I tried to be as productive as possible. I filmed my mini movie review, and then I watched Okja. It was such an easy watch because it's so entertaining of a film. And then I went through. I had lunch at like 5 p.m. and then I edited my mini movie review so super fast. Just took me like 2 hours. Usually it takes 3 hours. This time it took 2 hours, so pretty cool. And then it was already 8 p.m. and I'm like, well, gotta leave. So at around 8 p.m., actually 8:30, I left and I arrived at Christian R's place at Troy East at 9 p.m. And from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m., we've been working at the little sitting area, the quad, outside of Christian R's apartment, inside Troy East, the apartment complex, and we're just there carving out a giant block of foam. It's about 1 feet thick and four. I don't fucking know. 3 feet by 3 feet maybe. And we just like carved out a hole. And there's Christian R. There's Alexis, and they already measured out, like did some measurings, and the carving began. And we just carved and carved and carved, and my carving is really sloppy. Christian R is really good at this, and Alexis is so good at this. When she sawed the foam, it was a clean line. When I did it, it's like rough and all over the place. But the thing is, I'm not that kind of person, bro. I'm not a rough, rude guy who makes a mess out of everything. I'm very neat and tidy, but also I'm bad at this. Like, I'm bad at precision, I think. But Alexis has done so much arts and craft that she's really good at this. I think I'm just not cut out for this. Pun. Accidental. But yeah. We... Where's my cereal? I swear to God I had cereal here. I don't know. My thoughts, man. All over the place. So... yeah, we were cutting it out, and we're talking, and we're just brainstorming. So there's like, at first I'm super confused, because Christian R was like, okay, so the bucket is going to be on top of the foam, and then I'm like, that doesn't make a lot of sense, because like, so we're going to build a slope, like a mountain, on top, at the side of the bucket, and then Christian's like, no, the bucket is under the foam, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense. It's like, and then we have to somehow cut it. There are multiple sections, and there's like a square, and I'm like, what is the square for? And then we turn that square into a circle at the end anyways. It's a mess. But the final solution is to sort of turn the block of foam into a mushroom head like structure, where it's sort of like, it's like a ridge around the bucket. And which means that there needs to be a dent underneath, sort of like a donut, so that the bucket could fit into it. And we actually spent like 4 hours doing it, and I brought my box cutter and tape measure, and it really helped out a lot. And we just cut and cut and cut, and I helped clean up, and I accidentally cut myself with a box cutter. It's a tiny cut, and I did not bleed, but it hurts. And also, it doesn't feel like a paper cut. It is thick. It feels like a small chunk of my skin got peeled off. Fuck. I hope a night's sleep. I hope a good night's sleep would heal this wound, because this is not cool. But yeah, we cut and we talked, and foam's getting all around. We were all wore masks, and yeah, we were talking, and there was an interesting moment in the conversation when Christian, I guess, did some stuff, and then he was like, "Gome," and I didn't even hear him say that. And then he's like, "Oh, I mean, sorry. I don't know why I randomly said Japanese." And then we ended up talking about like the differences between Japanese, Korean, and Cantonese, given that we're all Asian. The interesting thing is, Christian R is the only Wasian here. But at this point, we kind of accepted him as an Asian. And then I'm the only actual Asian here, because both of them are also born and raised in America. Yet, we're all somehow dealing with our Asian culture and heritage in our own ways. Christian R really like trains himself to speak Japanese. And I'm like, wow, not only are you Asian born in America, but like, you know, you still want to keep that culture. That's, you know, that's respectable. And then like we talked about Alexis' accent, because Alexis was like, oh, like my friends told me I have an accent, and I'm like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I can kind of tell. And then at some point we started comparing languages, because like Japanese grammar and Korean grammar are really similar, but Cantonese grammar is like totally different. Like one is SOV, one is SVO, you know. Cantonese is SVO, and Korean and Japanese are SOV. But yeah. But at some point we're like, yeah, there are so many similar words, and like I was like, how I asked Alexis how to say easy, and she was like shiparu or something, and I'm like, no, but like, so Christian R says kantan, and I'm like kantan, and he's like, oh kantan, yeah, and then I was like, what is time? And like, time is also like similar, and then I explained, oh, but like simple words like up, down, left, right are super different. So yeah, interesting linguistics. There's also another moment where, like, Alexis talked about the church retreat that she went to. That she literally came back to her place at around 5 p.m. And she like took a shower, had some rest, and then came to Christian R's place. And we talked about Christianity a bit, and I was like, oh, I was kind of Christian. And she's like, kinda? What do you mean? What changed? And it's a bit awkward. Like, I'm speaking to a Christian, but I'm not Christian anymore. I don't think I am. I think I'm just atheist. I think I'm spiritual, but that basically means I'm atheist. Yeah. Or, I don't deny God's existence, but I don't think there is one. Agnostic, it's not the right word. But I think it's also one of the first few times when I just told a Christian person that I'm not Christian anymore. Emphasis on the anymore part. So I was and then I'm not. But I don't hate Christianity. I still find a lot of beauty in it. And I still make films about Christianity and Buddhism, even though I'm neither. But I find a lot of beauty in both religions. So yeah, and then it just went till 1 a.m. So it's really fucking late. Did not expect that to be that late, and I haven't had dinner at all, so I was starving. I came home, and I was gonna take a shower, but I'm like, I don't even have time for that shit. Just had dinner, tried the turkey patty from Trader Joe's. Not too bad. Not too bad. And very low calorie, too. Very healthy. And that salad, I'm gonna... Very light dinner, because I have such a humongous breakfast and lunch. I had pineapple bun and egg tart together, plus hot chocolate. Because I need to finish the pineapple bun before it gets moldy. Also the egg tart. I need to finish the milk before it gets rotten. And then for lunch I had clam chowder soup, frozen samosas, and the peanut butter noodle salad bowl thing. And then, yeah. So very light dinner, and then I'm going to have yogurt and banana later. Because the banana is also getting too ripe at this point. I have a lot of food to finish. I have a lot to do, so I still have shit to do. I still need to finish Okja. I don't have time to watch anime, I'm sorry. And I still need to edit the college update video. I need to edit my short film. I got college assignments, fuck me. It's nearly 3 a.m. And I texted Tova, I was like, yo, are you free this week or next week to edit the doc? And he's like, no, I'm sorry, but I'll be super busy in the next 2 weeks because I'm crewing on a play. And I'm like, oh, that's cool though. And also she also found work, so she's doing things too, and that's great. So I'm happy that Tova is also having her own side ventures in Santa Cruz, and I'm also having my side ventures. In fact, my adventures at USC now is perhaps even more important than the ones I've had in my community college. I feel like I'm even closer to the center of this chaotic film industry, But the doc is important, and we need to finish it at some point. But yeah, it's just so much to do, and then this weekends, like Saturday, Sunday, I'm supposed to come back to Christian R's place and continue to do prop stuff. But I told Christian R I may have a film set, and Christian R is like, can you say no? But I don't think Christian R, and it's not his fault at all, but Christian R doesn't realize that I need to crew for Justin the Malaysian Guy short film because he is one of the few people who actually knew me. Even Pepper doesn't know me. Even like Leslie probably knew me quite a bit, but I don't know. I have a lot of respect for the guy, And I'm genuinely grateful for him, like reading my scripts and all the talking and all that stuff. And I need to crew for him no matter what. So yes, so last weekend I'm crewing on my own short. This weekend it's Justin's. Next weekend it's Pitt. And then spring break it's Jayun's thing. Again, a lot is lined up. I'm also simultaneously trying to do the HKOS thing. I hope I'm not omitting anything. And okay, tomorrow's gonna be a long day too because I have religion class, and then I'll have a lunch break. I'll have lunch outside because 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. I have to meet up with theoretically I could go home and have lunch here, but I don't know. So 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. I need to meet TA4. 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. I need to meet TA3. Ooh, I need to book a place, do we? I want to book a place. I don't want to be out in the public in the dark. I'll see if I can book a place for the library. Yeah. So a lot is happening. But yeah. I don't have much else to say. Yeah. I don't have much else to say. I'm looking forward to Jayun's thing though. I feel like I can truly get to know Jayun for that. But I'm also like, the more I think about her, the less I am interested in her, really. I just see her Instagram stories and I see her Letterboxd reviews and I'm like, she's actually not that interesting of a person. Let's be honest here. Let's be honest with ourselves. Yeah. I think when I was speaking to her over Christmas, I was really trying to like cherry pick her most interesting things. But really, she ain't that interesting. On the contrary, I think Maisie and Cheyenne, two white women, are even more interesting than Jayun. Because Maisie's like emo but goofy. Like, apparently people on set always refer to Maisie as the emo girl. I don't think Maisie's emo. I think she's like alt. But I don't think she's emo. Maybe that's also because I'm numb towards like emo-ness. Like, maybe it's because I myself am very emo, but I don't see myself as emo. So when I see another person who's emo, I don't think they're actually emo because I'm like numb to it. Like if a person comes up to me and talk about their suicidal thoughts, I'm just like, yeah, just a regular Tuesday for me, Yeah, I'm tired. Fuck. Okay. Time now is 10:44 a.m. on February 18th. Yeah. So I slept from 5:30 to 10:40. Yeah. Fuck. 2 nights ago, I went to bed at 4 a.m. and it was a proud achievement. And then last night, I went back to 5 a.m., 6 a.m. territory. I just have too much to do. I just have too freaking much to do. Like doing prop stuff at Christian R's place took 4 hours. But like everything else is just too much. I watched a film, I filmed and edited a pretty hefty YouTube video. I spent some time editing college update video. And then somehow that was too much. It's so crazy how much I have to do. I was looking at my schedule and I realized, god fucking damn, this is a lot. So I don't know. This is too much. And it's only February, but I feel like I'm already at like December levels of too much. Because Rachel's asking me to help her film her 290. And then in the same weekend, Christian R is asking me to come to his place to do props and everything. At the same weekend, Justin, the Malaysian guy, is asking me to crew on his short. I'm wanted at 3 different places over 1 weekend. And honestly, I have no idea how the fuck am I gonna pull that off. I'll say no to Rachel. I'll definitely go to Justin's one. And I'll see if I have time to go to Christian R's one. But it's gonna be really tough. It's gonna be really, really tough. Yeah. And then I was looking at watching movies because I still want to watch I'm Still Here, and turns out the Oscar ceremony is March 2nd. And I'm like, holy shit, that's literally a couple weeks later. And if I have to watch I'm Still Here on March 2nd, I was looking at the schedule. Turns out AMC The Grove is still playing it until the February 19th. So I checked if I could go this Wednesday, and I'm thinking of skipping Rit 340, but turns out I need to attend this Wednesday's Rit 340. And then next Monday, I thought maybe I could skip Rit 340. Turns out it's the due date, and I need to submit the paper in person. It's the due date of the first essay. And then so the only time I could possibly go to see I'm Still Here is on February 27th, which is a Thursday, and I would have to skip my CTCS 192 class, which I will gladly do so. But also that night I need to go see Black Box Diaries at USC. And also that night, theoretically, I need to go to the location for the pit for production design stuff for the prep. So literally every single day in February is already booked to the fucking ass. Multiple things. I need to do so many multiple things at once every single day. This is too much. And I did not edit my own short film. I did not edit Remain in Light at all last night. So, yeah. Genuinely screwed. So my thoughts for today is, yeah, and the fact that I can't even come back home until very late tonight. So I have religion class from 12:30 to 2. And then, or 12:30 to 1:45-ish. Then I have, first, ITA meeting from 4 to 5 p.m. Second ITA meeting from 5 to 7 p.m. Now, here are a couple of thoughts I had last night. First of all, the second ITA meeting, we don't have to go full way. We don't have to go all the way because, guess what? The guy and I both agreed on the fact that 2 hours is, we don't have to go all the way from 5 to 7. We could leave a little early. Second of all, I wanted to have lunch outside, but honestly, 2 hours and 15 minutes of lunchtime is a bit much. Now, I could take some of that time to draw and read. That's cool. That's what I need. But since I have my laptop out, why don't I just bring my hard drive and edit outside? Why not? Why not I edit my own short film at SCA, like on my own laptop? It's gonna burn some battery, but might be worth an attempt, just a bit. The other thing is, why not bring my camera and the gimbal so I could film a couple of pickup shots? Why not? So I'm gonna do that. I think the final scene, the climax of my short film Remain in Light is good. It's scary, but something's missing. I feel like I didn't have any wide shots in that scene. So I need to establish the space first. So I want to go back to that alleyway to film a shot, and then I want to do a pickup shot of like the SCA quad. And yeah, I also on the Google spreadsheet of like my schedule, I wrote a list of to-do list, like a to-do list of things I need to do, and holy shit, hospital bills, draw a floor plan, do the laundry, email this person, email that person. Too much, too fucking much. Jeez! Ooh.
Rather than being poke that's focused on power, these are focused on the tip power. If anyone plays video game, it's like, oh, how big does how much well, but we also have cloud hands as well. And so those ones are more focused on
It's automatic. Yeah? Okay.
Oh my god. CO2 storage? What? I am back at this alleyway. Spooky, spooky. Okay, time now is 7:58 p.m. on Feb's 18th. I can't believe it, but we're already like 2/3 of the way through February. Just came back home. I'm still in my street clothes. Sushi shirt. Yeah, so let's talk about today for a wee bit. Woke up and despite having slept for 5 hours, I felt quite energetic this morning. I didn't go back to sleep. It's almost become a bit of a tradition at this point where after I wake up, I immediately go back to bed. But I didn't. Instead, I woke up. I made myself some. I also woke up a little bit earlier than usually I would on Tuesdays because I really hate the idea of waking up, brushing my teeth, immediately eating, immediately leaving with no wiggle room. I need to give myself some kind of wiggle room so that I won't be chasing after buses every morning. So, yeah, I made myself a toast, peanut butter, banana, finally finished all the bananas, finally finished all the bread, and did not get a stomachache from either. And then I left, and I arrived at school at around 12, and I had some free time. I was going to draw, but then I realized I did not bring anything. I only brought my pencil case. All my paper, notebooks are not on in my backpack because I took them out after it rained, and now I put them back in, but they're all fucked up. Not only that, I wanted to go to Trader Joe's and I forgot to bring my bag. And I also forgot to bring my water bottle, so I'm forgetful. But what I did bring, however, is my camera. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna just film a pickup shot. So there's one shot that I really wanted to get, and it's SCA and it's full of people. And I filmed it. With the camera, and it was not that satisfying. Again, like filming at SCA is just not interesting. I don't like filming at SCA. It's so uninspiring. So yeah, I don't know. And also I didn't have a gimbal with me because I don't want to bring a gimbal all the way to school and everything. So I thought, well, handheld, but it's so shaky. I didn't really like it. It feels amateurish. So anyways, I went to my religion class. Yeah. Walked over there, was right on time, and today religion class was really fun. So today we talked about Taoism, Taoism is really interesting. But the most interesting part of the class today is that from 1 p.m. to 1:30, our professor invited five students from the USC Kung Fu Club to teach us Kung Fu. And they're just waiting downstairs at Manson Center, and when the whole class went downstairs and we all lined up, and they started teaching us like moves, like, oh, this is the snake, this is the crane, and we started doing, and then they taught us Tai Chi, and they taught us some moves like Wing Chun. And it was very silly, but also very funny. And I was just like trying not to laugh. But also I was genuinely curious about what's going on. And the most surprising thing is the leader, the club president, I assume, the guy with short hair, the one who's teaching us. He talks about like moves and he has to explain them in Mandarin. But at some point he just gave up with Mandarin and he started speaking in Cantonese. He's like, okay, like press in Cantonese is gum. So like, oh, so she does this move, it's gum. So when she gums me and I like fan and then she just started speaking Cantonese, which is hilarious. He also, like, another girl there, her last name is Lin, which is not a Hong Konger last name at all. It's a Mandarin last name. In Hong Kong it would be Lam. But he told her in Cantonese, can you speak louder? And I'm like, I totally understood what you just said. So after all that stuff, I went up to them and I was like, oh, you speak Cantonese? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I'm from Hong Kong. And they're like, no way. And he said, oh, I can speak Cantonese. And he's like, oh, she can speak it too. But I think neither of them are like Hong Kongers or Cantonese. I think they're like Cantonese Americans or like Hong Kong Americans, like first gen. And they only speak Cantonese because their parents speak Cantonese, because they do have an accent. And they were like plugging. They were like, oh, well, come Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. We have like Kung Fu practice. And I'm like, haha, Kanto gang. In my head, I'm just thinking, you know what? I kind of want to make a Kung Fu film now. I kind of want to make one of those 1960s, 1970s Shaw Brothers, like anamorphic Kung Fu period epics. You know, some Chang Che, Lau Kar Leung shit. So, yeah, I don't know, who knows. But I made a couple Instagram stories about this, secretly filmed them. And very well received Instagram stories, very popular. So, yeah, I left religion class. It was 1:45. And the original plan is I'm going to stay at on campus. I'll have lunch and I'll draw, I'll doodle, I'll read my manga. And I'll edit. I brought my hard drive with me. to edit my short film, and then I'll chill, and then from 4 to 5 p.m. TA3 or TA4, 5 to 7 p.m. TA3, and then after 7 p.m. I'll film pickup shot, and then after that I'll go to Trader Joe's and buy food, and then I'll go home. That's the flow. Yeah, as it turns out, it was quite early, and I thought to myself, you know what, it's actually feasible if I just go home now and make myself lunch there and then come back. So I did that. 2-hour gap seems risky, but it's doable. So I immediately took a bus back home and I made myself wonton noodles. There's no soup. It's just water and soy sauce, and it tastes like nothing, and I hated it. But the wonton is quite nice. I had wonton made by my mom's friend. Doesn't even taste like one. It doesn't feel like wonton. It was too stuffed. It feels more like dumpling, but in wonton skin. It doesn't feel like wonton exactly. It's not small, and noodles are not alkaline enough. But whatever, I ain't complaining. And then I immediately left. So that's great. I got to go back home. So I got to put down some stuff and got some stuff. So I put down my laptop, but I brought my gimbal with me. Or Ethan Kwan's gimbal. I went back to school at 3:30, and I had about half an hour to film a gimbal shot at the SCA courtyard. And I think I might have struck gold, because I waited there for like half an hour, like an eagle praying, like an eagle eyeing for its prey. And I set up my gimbal and everything, and I was ready to roll. I filmed a couple shots. And there's a moment where I saw like a tiny crowd gathering at the left side of the quad after you enter it. And in that crowd, it turns out Ava's in it. So it's my 10th time running into Ava. And then another girl, Amanda, she's in it. She's like a pretty well-known senior in film production now. And I'm just like, holy shit, I got them both on camera. And Ava, I think Ava saw me, and then Amanda waved at me, but maybe she didn't. Because the thing is, I've seen her so many times, so she never said hi to me. I don't think she remembers me at all. And it's been nearly 2 years since Anywhere the Wind Blows, you know. But yeah, I just got Ava in the shot. So if I use this shot in the short film, Ava and Jonathan would both star in my film at USC. Which is absolute insane. Absolutely insane. So I'm thinking of using that shot just for the insanity of it. And then at 4 p.m. I met up with TA4 outside a bookstore. We walked. We don't really have much to talk about or say. We found a quiet spot. Where did we even freaking sit? Oh, we went to the new fancy Ginsberg Hall. The place where I got kicked out. Oh yeah, this guy, the PA Logan from the APC shoot, he showed up out of nowhere when I was doing my filming at SCA. I almost didn't recognize him because I've met so many people. Okay, I would run into 2 more people later today. But yeah, TA4, we went to the Ginsberg Hall, we sat down and we just talked. Went over some of his presentation feedback and talked about scripts, talked about screenwriting, talked about Wong Kar-wai, because of course. And then we're done. And then he has to go to SOS, Social Science Building, to take his ALI class. And I need to head towards that direction anyways to meet TA3, who's waiting for me at the USC Village beside the fountain. Walked over, he's there, and I have no idea what to do. Because TA3 didn't do any presentation, doesn't have any huge projects. So I don't really have much to say to him. We just walked and talked, I guess. Took some photos, and, oh, Christian R is calling me, okay. Okay, so, Christian R just called me. Where was I? Yes, TA3. So, the idea is there's this Valentine's Day celebration thing, and I don't care. I don't love people. I hate human beings. So I don't usually do these sorts of things. But TA3 told me, hey, there's free food. And I'm like, oh, really? Okay, I guess I now I need to RSVP. So I RSVP'd for the Valentine's Day thing, and it starts from 6 to 8 p.m. today. So the planned meeting for me and TA3 is 5 to 7 p.m. So the idea is we're going to hang out for an hour, and then at 6 p.m. we'll go over to the ALI office, and then we'll get free food, and then I'll go film my thing, and then I'll go to Roski, and then blah, blah, blah. Go to Trader Joe's. I also ran into Christian R today, actually, when I was going back home. Okay, anyways, yeah, so we walked around. I brought him to SCA. We sat down outside of SCI, and we just talked. And then we're like, yeah, we have nothing to do. Let's go to Trader Joe's. So we went to Trader Joe's just to look. And then it's 6 p.m., so we went to the ALI office, and turns out it's not open. And we're like, what? What's going on? Why? How? It's kind of weird. It's completely dark. And we waited for a bit, and no one's showing up, and we're like, maybe through the back door, if there is one. And then I'm like, yeah. And then he's like, yeah, I don't think there is a back door. So we walked around, and I'm beginning to think, what if it's a different date? So I checked the poster. Turns out it is a different day. The Valentine's Day celebration is February 20th and not today. So he's like, wow, well, goddamn, Jesus Christ. So we decided to end our meeting early. He walked back to his gerontology center, and I walked to Roski. So I went to Roski, I went to Parkside, and on my way between Roski and Parkside, outside of IYA, I saw Justin T. Justin T was just walking, and I was like carrying all these things, and I'm just like looking into the air. I wasn't that surprised to see him. And he's like, hey, how's it going? And we just talked a little bit. I told him I'm going to film, and he's like, do you want me to help? So he's on his way to the Parkside canteen because he's really hungry. But he's like, oh, you know what? I can like help out now if you want. And I'm like, oh no, I mean the shoot is already over. I'm just here for pickup shots. And he's like, okay. There's another Hong Konger who like swooped by. Don't know. But yeah, and then I left, and then I went to that back alleyway again between Roski and Architecture, and holy shit, it's so scary. I think after I filmed there, it's even scarier now. It just feels cursed. There's just something so unsettling about that place. I don't know why. But it just feels so cursed. Like the sound, and then when I slowly walked into it, I actually felt like a little goosebumps. I'm like, oh god, I don't want to be here. But I have to be here because I'm filming here. So I filmed a few shots with this lens, which is f2.8, so a little more light, just a teeny tiny bit more light. But yeah, that's it. So I left, and then I filmed some sound, and then I'm done. And then I'm left, and I'm really tired, and I'm whistling. I'm trying to whistle. I'm singing to myself. And I walked all the way from Parkside back to SCA, and then Trader Joe's, where I bought shitloads of food. And that is when I realized that my credit card is missing. No worries, I paid with my AE card, but my HSBC card is gone. So, yeah, that's great. Don't know where it is. I didn't panic. I wasn't that nervous. I was just like, okay, I'll check my pockets. I'll check my bags. So I just got home, and I just checked everything. No, nada. Check my backpack, check my camera bag, check my diagonal bag, check my wallet. My HSBC card is just completely gone. Don't know where it is. I very much clearly remember that the last time I used the card was at Dulce when I bought 3 cups of matcha on day 2 of Remain in Light. So I didn't use the card for 2 days. And it doesn't make sense that I would put it anywhere other than my wallet. I always put my card back to my wallet, and I never lose it. I never find my card at random places. It's always inside my wallet. After I use it, I slide it back into the wallet. How the fuck is it not in my wallet? I don't know. Maybe I was clumsy and I just tossed it into my diagonal bag. Nope, not there. Maybe I just tossed it into my camera bag. Nope, not there. Completely zero. So I don't know where it is. At least I still have AE, but I'm gonna have to disable the card because it's fucking gone. And my mom is asking me to get the number of the credit card, but how the fuck do I know? It's gone. I don't remember it, and I don't know how do I even find that now. So yeah, great. Yeah, so I was supposed to go to Christian R's place to continue to do prop stuff, but I genuinely can't. I genuinely fucking can't. Because I have a whole ass short film due tomorrow at 6 p.m. A whole ass short film. The entire post-production needs to be done in less than 24 hours, starting from now. I did edit a little bit this morning, but not enough. So, yeah, I also asked Vivian to record a couple more voices for me. It's not top quality, but I'll somehow use it. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'm probably gonna go have dinner now. I'm like kind of hungry, and it's a good idea to have dinner earlier because if I have dinner earlier, this means I have more time later. This means I have more time to finish whatever I need to finish, like short films, assignments, all that fucking shit. Oh, and finally, Thursday, no religion class. Religion class canceled because it's mental health day. The professor thinks we should all take a break, which is great because I want to spend a day to watch I'm Still Here. And on Thursday, AMC The Grove at 4 p.m., they're playing I'm Still Here. Except, one is, next Thursday, Regal LA Live is playing I'm Still Here. And, that ticket is $7. This ticket is not. AMC The Grove is like $21. Huge difference. Second of all, Regal LA Live is much closer and I don't need to Uber back. Third of all, this Thursday, I have free time, but I do want to sleep because I do have to remind you that if I can't sleep all morning on Thursday, my next available chance to do that shit, I don't know. I genuinely don't know because my next 2 weekends are all like film sets. So this Thursday might be the only chance I get to just sleep. Number 4. I low-key want to go watch Bound, which is playing this Thursday for my CTCS 192 class. So I'm probably still going to watch next Thursday. So February 27th, the plan is I'll skip both classes, religion and CTCS 192, or I'll go to religion class. It ends at 2 p.m. And then I'll have a quick lunch, and then I'll immediately take bus to Regal LA Live to watch I'm Still Here. And then I'll take a bus back to USC and immediately watch Black Box Diaries. Yeah, double feature, back to back. And I believe that's it. I truly believe that's it. Yeah, it fucking sucks that my credit card is gone. I'm excited to crew on Justin's short film. And I'm low-key excited for Jayun's thing, but like low-key, the more I think about Jayun, the more I'm not interested in her. She's just so basic. She doesn't have a personality on Instagram. Like, she only reposts other people's stuff. She doesn't actually say things about herself on Instagram. And whenever it is, it's like, slay, cool, I'm so hot. And then on Letterboxd, it's like, she just watches the most basic films. And, like, if I had to lose Leslie, but pursue Jiren, that's like losing gold. Or Leslie isn't gold, I hate her. But Jiren's such a downgrade. Like, I just genuinely cannot. But yeah. That's sad. Yeah. Fuck. Okay, time now is 10:49 a.m. in the morning on February February 19th. I slept from 5:10 a.m. to 10:45. Yeah. It is a slight improvement from yesterday. Yesterday was 5:30, this morning was 5:10, but it's still really late. So yeah, and I did one thing. I did not edit college update video. Before I slept, I did not watch that much anime. The only thing I did was edit my own short film, Remain in Light, which is, of course, urgent. I also checked, the due date isn't 11:59, it's 6 p.m. So, yeah, so last night I spent about 3.5 hours editing Remain in Light, and it was actually pretty good progress. Like, within 3 hours, I was able to put together the entire thing in terms of the video, the images. Obviously rough, needs to be polished up, and the length is 6 minutes 44 seconds, the runtime, which is a bit long, but I thought it would be way longer. I thought the end result would be like 10 minutes long, and it would be a pain in the ass to cut it down to 6 minutes. But no, the end result is 6 minutes 44 seconds. And I think if I go overtime a little bit, it's fine. And yeah, and then I spent a little more time just doing the sound a little bit. So overall, I think I'm about 60 to 65% done with Remain in Light. First draft, anyways. All I need to do is an insect. Okay, I'll deal with this later. That's weird. Yeah, all I need to do is, fix the sound, color it a little bit, make the end credits, and then we're good. But that's still gonna take a while, and after I edit this, I have to wait a little bit, rewatch the whole film, and then I'll find out mistakes. So, yeah. So here's the plan. So originally today we have CTCS 192 discussion, and then we have RIT 340, and then I have a little bit of time to come back home to have lunch, and then go back out, and then CTPR 290. So the plan has changed now. I'm going to skip CTCS 192 discussion because I need time to edit my short film. I'm sorry, I have to skip class again, but I have to. I'm left with no fucking choice. So, yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry, but I have to. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Jing Chen randomly asked me if I know how to build a tent. Just now. Okay, what else? What else? Yeah, so much other shit is happening. I need to start writing Smooth Operator because my supposed due date, my supposed filming dates are March 14th to 16th, which is right before Jayun's thing, which is 18th to 21st. And also 14th to 16th is technically part of spring break. So why the fuck would you make me film during spring break, you sadistic guy? So yeah, I'm not going anywhere in spring break. Yeah. And second of all, my short film, The World Is Not Enough, I need to submit it to another festival on the 21st. So, yeah, that is important. But yeah, my short film is coming along. Remain in Light is looking really good. Like, some scenes are but I think when I put music together and when I edit it together, it actually feels kinda crazy. So, yeah, it's good. Hopefully I go to bed at 4:30 tonight. Yeah. That's it. No news from Justin's short film. We are like a few days away from filming his thing, and I still don't have the script. So I'm not doing much production design for him. I just want to show up to support him. That's all I need to do, really. Yeah, that's it.
I'm going to load this into the source, then I'm going to just grab just a clip. So I'm going to make, you have to do 3-point edit, right? A 3-point edit. To this point, to this S3D is what you normally would come with just a default for Avid, right? And then we'll look at this and we'll see there are some sapphire effects as well. But we'll get to that. I just want to show you what the palette looks like. Now, let's say that I didn't know where the 3D warp was, and I couldn't remember. I just remember it called 3D warp, but I don't know where it is, right? Or resize. Let's go for the resize first. So I click in here, and I can type in art, because it can get messy, and I've had to the point where I'm doing a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, okay, now I'm lost. This is still moving, that's moving, whatever it is, and I like kind of start over again. So, but just be careful. And you can also get rid of stuff. It's like, well, I don't want the rotation to happen anymore. I can go in here and click for this, and just hit delete. It'll get rid of those keyframes, right? So I click in here. Notice they turn pink here, and then delete. So I could get rid of the rotation. I could delete that part of whatever it is. So you can do that with anything. Again, if you want to move something quick, it opens up like that.
Doesn't want it. That's what he said.
Right. Simple, but kind of cool, right? So that's what you can do for cropping.
He doesn't want it. He doesn't want it.
So you
Okay, time now is 10:04 p.m. on February 4th. Not February 4th, fuck me. February 19th. I don't know why I'm feeling a little hyper right now. Maybe it's from the relief, the fact that I was able to finish editing my short film Remain in Light so fast. Let's talk about today. I just came back home and I'm cooking up some rice right now. And I'm gonna have dinner immediately later because I'm super hungry. So, yeah, anyways, woke up. For some reason, I was feeling a little energetic, even though 5.5 hours is like a little shabby, but I felt quite energetic this morning. I still did go back to sleep for like a whole hour. Yeah, I felt quite nice in the morning actually, because I skipped CTCS 192 discussion and I had enough time to eat a muffin and make hot chocolate, and I I continued to edit my short film, and I couldn't finish editing it, but I'm pretty sure I was like 90% done with the short film before I left for class. So I went to RIT 340 and I didn't say much. I had to speak up once to read out loud an essay, but that's pretty much it. Pretty okay class. We talked about our next essay prompt and read some examples. And then afterwards, I directly went back home. I took a bus, returned home, didn't run into anyone today. I walked to school for... Fuck me. I walked to school for RIT 340, and then I walked to school again for CTPR 290. So anyways, I went back home, and I was feeling real hungry, so I had lunch, and lunch was basically the half a box of peanut butter noodle salad bowl from Trader Joe's, and then the rest of my Trader Joe's clam chowder, a slice of cheese, and 4 slices of salami, also from Trader Joe's. That's my lunch. Pretty fancy lunch if you think about it, but also it's just a bunch of leftovers that I need to finish, because otherwise they're gonna get moldy or rot or whatever. And then afterwards I left again. I edited my short film. So I finally finished editing it. Holy shit. I'm a really fast editor. Like, I went through all the scenes. So by this morning, I already finished all the videos. Like, I already put all the video clips in place, and I started working on sound, and I'm about almost done with the sound other than the last scene. And then I started coloring some of the shots, and then I think this morning, I forgot if it was this morning or afternoon. I think it was this morning. I also made the title card, Remain in Light, the title card. I made it in Photoshop, turned it into a transparent PNG, and then use it as an image in Premiere Pro, which looked fantastic, but the image is not large enough so you can see pixels. So when I release it officially on my YouTube channel or compete in festivals, I need to have the, I need to fix it. But yeah, for the afternoon, I had about 1.5 more hours to essentially fix the sound here and there. I also have like sound problems all over the place and like extra bits and pieces I forgot. Like I almost forgot that one of the lines Vivian has is in Cantonese, and I also almost forgot that Vivian says, "This is USC, this is where it happens," with a sore throat, but I still gotta put it in. And I also pretty much forgot to put the school sequence. Like, there's a part where Vivian goes, like, Vivian impersonates a child, and I was gonna add like photos of my own like secondary school on top, but then I realized the runtime is already over 6 minutes. I don't want to add any more. But yeah, and then I colored every single scene super fast, and it was alright. Obviously, if I had DaVinci, it would be great, but unfortunately not. But I'm not asking for much either. The only real issue is the last shot. The only real issue is the last scene where it gets really dark, and lighting may or color grading may or may not help. But yeah, I finished the end credits. It looked really nice. I came up with the end credit style on the spot. It's essentially the same style as The World's Not Enough, where the video plays and text just sort of come up on the right hand side. Because I can't think of any other better way to present this. There's something, very solemn with the, serif font and the very, and the jazz music. But yeah. And then I figured out how to add the end. And then that's pretty much it. I immediately exported it. I added some subtitles here and there. There's a part where Vivian says something in French with a French accent, but I thought to myself, on a big screen in a spacey classroom, people can probably not even make out what is she saying. And if you can't make out what someone is saying, and that someone is trying to do a French accent, It's pretty fucking funny. So I decided to clarify it by adding subtitles to that French accent bit. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm sure there are going to be a lot of mistakes if I rewatch it again and again. But honestly, I'm low-key satisfied with what I have. Sure, there are a lot of technical issues. There are a lot of shots with soft focus. Some shots are... I wish it could be still, but it's not still. Some scenes I wish are longer to build up to the climax. And overall, the whole film feels very incoherent. But this is, at the same time, a film jam-packed with amazing moments. Like, I took a sneak peek at other people's short films, and they're all kind of plain and safe. One of them, and I was surprised because her first exercise film is not that good, if I can recall, but her new film is completely, not camcorder. It mimics security cam footage. That was really good. But it appears I'm the one who had the most ambitious film, with so many costume changes and accent changes and cool edits and crazy scene transitions and such a fancy ending. I thought maybe I went a little overkill. I think I have massacred everyone in my class, aside from Cheyenne. I know Cheyenne's gonna pull some crazy trick and make something really good somehow. But I'm low-key satisfied with what I have, and only low-key. Like, obviously, this is nowhere near as good as The World Is Not Enough. The World Is Not Enough is pretty much on the pedestal for me right now as the best film I've made. But it's still a good effort, and it's probably, ironically, the most straightforward film I've made since Dreams of an Empty Street. Like, this is a film where you kind of understand that she's going crazy. She goes crazy at the end. But, like, cloud busting, Love and Death, The World Is Not Enough, Objects in Mirror, they're all very, like, allegorical, and they're all very psychological. I mean, so is Remain in Light, but they're all very abstract, and it appears I can never get away from the abstract stuff because it's kind of built in me at this point. But yeah, anyways, I was really satisfied. I was somewhat satisfied and really relieved after I finished editing it. And by then it was already like 5:40, and it's 20 minutes until class. So I immediately changed my clothes and walked to school. For the first time, I'm wearing a long-sleeved white shirt under a green short-sleeved. I thought, you know what, fuck it, might as well. Because it's getting hot, the weather's getting hot, and if there's a time for me to try this look, it's now. So I did it, and it looks pretty good. The collar is a bit tall, but aside from that, it actually kind of works. I look kind of 90s with this one. I think I look pretty nice. If I have better hair and if I look more sharp and healthy, I think I would be up for good appearances. But yeah, I walked to school for CTPR 290 and I was about 5 minutes late, but who cares? We basically went into the editing lab again, and today the instructor is Tuan Shannon, or it's spelled Toijuan, and I thought it's Toy Juan, but no, it's Tuan Shannon. He is the dude who interviewed me when I tried to get into film production. He might be the reason why I didn't get in. And I low-key wanted to go up to him and talk to him about it, but I just didn't get the chance. Also, today's so fucking boring. So, he's not really, like, into teaching, and he's like a substitute today because the other guy is busy or something. And he just sat down on his chair and just spoke and narrated over, like, himself. Like, he's doing, like, it's like an editing tutorial video, but it's not interesting, it's not interactive, and everyone, like, no one paid attention. 0 people paid attention. I started falling asleep, so I started, like, I did everything else. I looked at my schedule, my Google spreadsheets, I looked at Blu-rays, I looked at movies, I went to Letterboxd, And I looked at my own short film. I did anything but listen. I did listen sometimes, but the thing is, like, the thing he's teaching, even though I don't know how to use Avid at all, but the things he are teaching, like how to drag clips around and how to like add cool effects and scene transitions and keyframes and rendering, I can do all that shit in Premiere Pro, and I know how to do those things in Premiere Pro and more. You know, I can do pretty fancy things now in Premiere Pro. Fancy. I like Premiere Pro. I've been using it since day freaking one, baby. No. When did I start using Premiere Pro? I think when the first short film I've made is already on Premiere Pro. I've been using Premiere Pro ever since. I've been using it for like, I'm 22. I edited my first short film, maybe 13, 14. Yeah, I've been using Premiere Pro for like 9 years, maybe even 10 years. Like, Premiere Pro is my thing, so, you know, let me be. But yeah, I don't know, and Rachel sitting beside me, and Rachel's such a clumsy person. Like, she wrote a script and then she realized she didn't know that it's supposed to be voiceover only, and she's like, fuck, because the due date is supposed to be this morning. The rice is ready. So she's like, fuck, and yeah, it's a mess. So we ended up, after class, we ended up talking about, like, her script idea, and I'm like, just film whatever. And she's worried that the idea is not novel enough, she's worried that the idea is not deep enough, and I'm like, bro, this is just a class assignment. You don't have to go that deep. And she's like, but your short is very deep and creative and new. And I'm like, the idea isn't the problem. The problem is the execution. You can have a very dumb idea, but if you execute it really well, it's gonna go really well. So yeah, also during break, I watched Tina play Cine to Wordle again, which is very fun. And yeah, I was like, bro is not good at this game. Because Tina won the game, and I was referring to the opponent, and Tina was like, what, are you talking about me? And I'm like, no, your opponent. And she's like, oh, okay, specify that, because I thought, like, I was a bit offended. You know, it's a joke, but yeah. And then yeah, I walked to Gateway to return the gimbal and light to Ethan Kwan. Everything in pristine condition, and Ethan Kwan was quite nice about it. He was like, yeah, you know, feel free to ask me again, because I don't even use these things. So, yippee. And I don't have much else to add beyond that. I really do not have much else to add beyond that. I'm hungry as fuck again. I need to eat. My credit card is still gone. This morning I wasn't even that worried about the credit card. I was more worried about my own short film than the credit card. Yeah, unfortunately my credit card's gone. I'm probably gonna have to stick with AE again. But yeah, at least maybe over summer, or hopefully before I go to con, if I go to con, I can get my American Express back. That would work. Does American Express even work? Not American, HSBC. Does HSBC even work in France? I don't know. We're talking euros here. We're talking euros. But yeah. Also, I forgot to mention that a couple of days ago, I think on day 2 of shooting a Remain in Light in the morning, I received an email saying that I got rejected from Home is Distant Shores Film Festival. And a couple of seconds later, I pretty much forgot about it and continued to shoot. Because I don't really feel anything when I get rejected anymore. I'm just like, yeah, whatever, who cares? Yeah. Though I do wish from the bottom of my heart that I get accepted into just one more film festival. Just let me get into one more. Please. Okay, you can reject me all you want, just get me into one more, and then I would be very happy. So yeah. But yeah, honestly, Objects in Mirror isn't even that great. The World Is Not Enough is great, but the quality isn't high. Like the technical quality, but I think the story and everything is just fucking pristine. And then what else? I don't have much else. I have to pay hospital bills tonight. This due date is literally today, so I have to pay it like literally today. And then yeah, I might as well just pay it now. And then I need to get back on my shit. I need to continue editing things, watching films, and working on Pit. Waiting on Justin for his news, and Jim Lau responded. I emailed Jim Lau yesterday morning or 2 days ago, and Jim Lau responded saying, yes, sure, I'm out of town, but I'll be back next week. Let me know, send me details. So, yeah, I need to start working on the Smooth Operator script. I have no time to waste. And that's pretty much it. Cheyenne's crazy. Like, her laptop has a death grip sticker, has a government plate's death plate. I'm just like, she's so nice and like soft spoken, and she's smiling always, but she's so fucking edgy. She's so edgy too at the same time. I can't wait to see what kind of hell she will break loose, as opposed to my hell, you know? Yeah. I hope after this semester I'll be placed in the top 10 most mentally ill film students list, along with Colin and Cheyenne and Maisie or something. Like, I hope that's the case. I need to be on that fucking list, bro. Yeah, that's it. Interesting smell. Okay, now we have this.